Hi friends, I'm here at the Florida State Fairgrounds in sunny Tampa Bay, Florida, and I'm heading in to the Tampa Guitar Show. It's super nice to have a guitar show practically in my own backyard, so close to home. Let's go inside and check it out. Now upon walking in, I could see that it's a smaller show, but that can sometimes be a good thing. Smaller shows are a bit more intimate, and I like that. Now even though this show is a bit smaller, don't let that fool you, because there were tons of guitars to see here, and it had a great mix of a lot of different types of guitars. The show was put on by MVG Guitar Shows. The entry fee was $15 and there was a $12 parking fee. This show is new to this area, although they did put on a show in Bradenton last year, which is roughly about 45 minutes from where I am right now. Turnout for that show wasn't too good. It was going on during the hurricanes that hit us last fall, and I don't think there was a lot of publicity for it done either. Alright, let's take a closer look at these guitars here individually. And we're starting out with a bang here, and possibly my favorite guitar of the show. This is a 1955 Les Paul Custom, and it's selling for $55,000. These guitars have a P90 in the bridge and a staple pickup in the neck. Franny Beecher from Bill Haley and his Comets used to play a Les Paul Custom in the 50s. Here's an interesting one. This is a 2020 Fender Parallel Universe Volume 2 Jazz Strat. It's basically a mix of a Strat and a Jazzmaster, and it's selling for $1,800. Here we have a 1954 Gibson Les Paul Gold Top, a beautiful and great sounding guitar for sure. This one has a late 60s neck and a newer compensated bridge on it, and it's selling for $26,000. This is a Fender American Standard Strat from 1995. The asking price is $1,350. Back in the day, I had a 1991 American Standard Strat that I bought brand new, and I tell you, I should have never let that go. And I gotta say, for this first show here in Tampa, this is turning out to be quite a cool show. I'm really impressed, and it's something that I think this area really needed, and I'm glad we have one now. Up next is a very iconic instrument. This is a 1957 Gretsch Chet Atkins 6120. This beautiful orange pumpkin is very clean, and it comes with two de-arming pickups, and it's selling for $12,500. And you also get a picture of the original owner. This is a very classy D'Angelico EXL1 from 2015, and it's selling for $1,100. This is really neat. This is a 2014 Veritas Texas Miracle with a Bixby and two Filtertron pickups, and it's selling for $2,250. And here is a very nice condition Gretsch Streamliner model 6190 from 1957. This is a 1988 Guild Stewart X500, and it's for sale for $3,250. This is a superb jazz guitar, and you know, Guild guitars are very well made and often underappreciated. How about a nice old acoustic from 1954? This is a Gibson LG1, and it's being sold for $2,500. Here we have a 1959 Gretsch Country Gentleman 6122, and this one has Fred Gretsch's signature on it from 2008. And this guitar is selling for $7,750. This here is a B.B. King Lucille commemorative model, and it was made in 2005 to celebrate B.B.'s 80th birthday. They only made 80 of them, and it's selling for $25,000. One of these days, I'd like to own one of these basses, and I don't care if it's either a Hofner, Epiphone, or Rogue, I just want one. Here we have a Joe Bonamassa Epiphone Les Paul Custom Black Beauty, and it's selling for $1,250. This is a boutique guitar made by North American Instrument Company. They are based out of Florida, I believe, and this Tele style guitar here is selling for $3,850. I'm super stoked to see this because this is a Yamaha SG2 from 1968, and this model guitar was used by Link Wray for many years during his career. When I opened for him in the late 90s in Orlando, he was playing one. Such a cool guitar. Can't go wrong with a Fender Mustang. This one is from 1965 and it's selling for $2,200. Here we have a Gretsch Eddie Cochran signature model. Gretsch started releasing them in 2011. Very cool tribute guitar. So now let's take a look at some amplifiers that were at the show. Here's a 1956 Fender Princeton for $4,000. This is a 1954 Gibson GA20 selling for $2,500. Here we've got a 1966 Fender Pro Reverb amp selling for $2,200. And this is a sweet relic here. This is a National Deluxe 100 amp, and it's got a really cool pre-war hardwood cabinet. A lot of guitar amps in the 30s would resemble radios from that era. A heavy influence for sure. Here's a true tone machine right here from Supro, a great little amplifier. We've got a Gibson GA8 Gibsonette from 1954, and they're asking $850 for it. And Hurricane amplifiers were at the show. Hurricane amplifiers are based out of Sarasota, Florida, and if you're looking for a handcrafted tube amp, you'll definitely want to check Hurricane out. Ooh, I spy a very nice double-cut Gretsch White Falcon here. And this is pretty cool. This is a 6-string pedal steel from the 1950s. This is a 1971 Gibson Les Paul Custom selling for $7,000. Do you like 12 strings? Well, if you do, then how about this Electromatic Gretsch 12-string for $650? And we've got a killer Gibson here from 1959. It's a Gibson 330, and Randy from the Guitar Attic is selling it for $14,000. We've got a White Falcon Billy Duffy Gretsch here for $3,800. Here is a Gretsch Pro Nashville 6120 for $2,550. And this is a 1977 Gibson Les Paul Pro Deluxe selling for $3,800. And here's another Les Paul from the St. Pete Guitars booth. And this is a very nice 1959 Les Paul Jr. double cut. Who else watching is a fan of P90 pickups? I love them. And here's a nice Gibson ES335 from 1969. This is the Possum Hollow guitar booth, and he always has guitars that I love. For sale here, he has a Harmony Espinada, and I can tell that this beautiful jazz box is from the mid-50s because it has the Harmo Metal aluminum binding on it. I believe it was 1957 or 58 they stopped using it and started using the white or cream plastic binding instead. Here we've got a Supro Rhythm Tone, and they made these guitars from 1958 to 1960. His booth has a very nice selection of K guitars, and I gotta say, I just love those Kelvinator headstocks on these guitars. Next up is a Barney Kessel signature model, and this is the smaller version. The pickguard doesn't seem to have Barney's signature on it, so I'm guessing that's a newer replacement pickguard. Now here's a fun fact, Barney Kessel never actually played this guitar or his signature model from Gibson. He preferred to play his 1946 Gibson ES350. Back here is a Sunburst Gretsch. It didn't say what model it was on the tag, but I believe it's a mid-50s country club. And this is a Silvertone Aristocrat from 1956. And the guitar comes with two De speed bump pickups, and it's selling for $1,500. And here's another headstock that I just love. I love the design. I just love the artwork on it. It's probably one of my favorite headstocks. And here's a Regal arch top from the late 50s and a old Silvertone arch top for $300. This 1960 Gretsch Duo Jet was so clean and in great condition, and the guitar is selling for $6,999. This is an insanely beautiful instrument right here. We've got a really nice Hagstrom from 1972 right here, and they're selling it for $1,950. And this is a really obscure Gibson here. It's a GK55 from 1979. This is a cool guitar, and it's selling for $1,950. Up next is a 1957 ES225 selling for $6,500. And we've got a 1960 Gibson Melody Maker for $5,500. And this is a 1965 Gibson ES225 TDC selling for $5,500. Now we're getting to the good stuff. This is a Gibson L7 from 1951 selling for $5,500. Here's a couple of really nice Gretsch guitars from the 1960s. I just love these old Gretsch guitars. They're full of class. And this is a 1958 Gibson Les Paul Jr. Now there's something about a Gibson Dove that I just love. Now I wish I could cover a lot more guitars, but it would take so long. But I hope you dug the ones that I did showcase. And maybe you saw a guitar that you'd love to own. And please let me know which guitars were your favorites in the comment section. And if you happen to be at the guitar show on Saturday or Sunday, please let me know what your thoughts were about it. And stay tuned, because at the very end of the video, I'm going to share my thoughts of the show. So now that we've seen everything at the guitar show, let me take you to some of my favorite spots in downtown Tampa. Now, something free to do and is a lot of fun is walking down the Tampa Riverwalk, which is a 2.6-mile trail that connects downtown Tampa's parks, restaurants, and museums and attractions all together. And it offers some great views of the Hillsborough River. Now, whenever we need a quick bite to eat downtown, my fiance and I always go to Eddie and Sam's New York Pizza. It's a downtown Tampa local staple, and they've been serving pizza down here since 1998. So if you're downtown and you're craving pizza, give Eddie and Sam's a try. And this is Four Green Fields, a well-known Irish pub around here, and they're the only authentic thatched roof Irish pub in America. And I like to come here and enjoy a pint of Smithwick's Irish Red Ale. This is the historic Tampa Theater, which is a movie palace that opened in 1926, and it's still running today. And this is Hotel Floridan. It opened in 1927 and was the tallest building in the state for 39 years. It was the hotel to stay at back in the day. Elvis stayed here, and so did Clark Gable. And we like going to their hotel bar. This is Sacred Heart Catholic Church, and it took 7 years to build, and it was completed in 1905, and it's one of Tampa's oldest churches. Now this bar is a hidden gem in downtown, and it's called Hotel Bar. It's got a swanky cosmopolitan feel to it, and it's a great alternative to rows of pubs and sports bars. And now friends, here are my thoughts on the show. I thought it was awesome and I had an incredibly good time. There was such a variety and different kinds of guitars and amps. I never really thought that I was seeing the same guitars over and over again. And for a smaller show and for it being new to the Tampa area, I thought it had a good turnout. And what I like about smaller shows is that you don't get overwhelmed with gear. And it's easier to make connections and talk to dealers and talk to the other people who are at the show. You know, the state of Florida is becoming a real hot spot for guitar shows lately. We've got the one in Orlando, we have one in Sarasota now, there was one on the Space Coast just a few months ago, and now we have the Tampa Guitar Show, which is awesome. This area really needed one, and you know, the show is going to get bigger and bigger as it goes on. So thumbs up to the Tampa Guitar Show. It was so much fun, and I'm looking forward to next year. And now, friends, I'd like to leave you with some inspiring words. In 1 minute, you can change your attitude. And in that minute, you can change your entire day. And with that, friends, I'm going to say goodbye to you. Much love to you all. Stay safe, and I'll see you soon in another guitar video. Take care, everybody, and bye-bye.